All right, Chairman Stephen, and I look different. I know I do, and I just got out of a meeting, but I just got back. But I want to, I want to talk about something. We talked about democracy. And, you read a lot of the news, and every day you get bombarded, and people are saying at the end of democracy it's over and so on and so forth, and I disagree. I'm gonna be a Chappaneer for a moment, even though I'm dressed in a tie, but I'm gonna be a Chappaneer for a moment, and that what I'm trying to say is God has a tool, the law of opposition. You have to know one to know the other, and some of you may know what that means. In other words, we experience day, we experience night, we experience hate, we experience love, we see beauty, we see ugliness. All these are opposites. I mean, you really have to think about it. That is the basis. But somewhere in the middle, because of the opposites, that's how we define ourselves. That's exactly what this country is going through already. The law of opposition. You have to know one to know the other. We've known democracy now for over 200 years. We now been experiencing the power of one and all the implications of all that goes on with that. And, I beg to differ. It has been interesting watching what's going on, especially with the courts and everything that's going on. Democracy is really in play. And there are forces at play that are trying to stop that, but the bottom line is democracy is working. But I am going to talk about something, too, that's really important. And I'm going to be talking about, even though it's sometime ahead, it's less than a year, the midterm elections. Everybody, it is really critical that you vote. I cannot stress this enough. What is important, and I hope I get elected, but a little ways down, we'll see what happens on that. But I'm working very hard on it. But the point I'm trying to make is if we get both the House and the Senate, it'll make a huge difference. It'll make it, we can, and the health care, and that's what I'm really kind of focused on, the Medicare, Medicaid, and the Affordable Care Act, that's what I'm focused on. But if we get both the House and the Senate, we can get some things done. We can prevent things from going on, and from getting things worse. I'm also going to talk on a personal level that my wife and I, we go shopping. And, lately, I have to tell you, everybody, and I'm losing my voice, lately it has been, we kind of went surprised. $50 used to buy some real groceries. Not today. My wife, we're talking about, now it costs us $100. We're doing like a weekly shopping. It's $100 now, everybody. I mean, it's stunning. Things are going on. And then I also got both of we got a notice from our insurance company, car insurance company, it went up $100 per month. Why? It's costing more to repair cars because of the tariffs. All of us are paying. We're paying the tariffs, everybody, one way or another. That's a tax on us. I don't care how explained, it's a tax on us. And I'm paying for it. And we're paying on for groceries, or just what's going on with groceries today. If we get both the House and the Senate, things can be done. Healthcare, the economy, and just plain out democracy to get it all back on track again. We can do some stuff here. But anyway, I wanted to bring up a tool that God uses. And we're waking up, everybody. I really think the country now is really starting to really wake up and really seeing the power of one versus democracy. We the people, by the people, for the people, or the power of one. Anyway, I just put this out here because of the meeting I had, and we were talking about democracy and just how we're going through some time on it. But I'm going to keep a positive attitude. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this. And I said we're just waking up, and I think the American people as a whole is really waking up. But again, what I want to re-stress again is that midterm election, the most important election ever. We have to get both the House and the Senate in order to really put a check on the health care, put a check on the economy. There are things that we can do. Again, I appreciate your time, and I'm losing my voice. I've been using it all day. Anyway, I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching this video, and thanks again. Appreciate it. All right, everyone, I just got through the video, and I'm doing it and added on to this, and I'm going to keep this really short. But there's something that was mentioned in the meeting, and we're kind of strategizing, getting kind of things together. But one of the things that was mentioned by someone I thought was really quite good is about Trump. And the question was, well, he asked, when was the last time he went grocery shopping? When was the last time he actually did the grocery shopping, add to the register, and see how the numbers were all adding up? When was the last time he did that? Second question is that, when was the last time he pumped gas? When was the last time he actually went to a gas station, took the and really filled his car, and watched the numbers going up as they're filling up the tank? When was the last time he did that? Everybody, I don't think his entire life, maybe once or twice, but it's all been given to him. You know what? My personal feeling, he's really very much out of touch. He's very much out of touch of all it, and he lives a life. I mean, it's pretty stunning, and but it's that's the question that I don't think he fully understands. The affordability. That's exactly what it is. I mean, my wife and I were just shocked to find out what things are costing now. I mean, I kid you not, it was just stunning. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out, everybody. It was an interesting 2 questions, but again, to repeat, I'm just going to say one more time about the midterm election. It's everything, everybody, both the House and the Senate. So the candidates you choose, you really got to make sure that we're going to get both House and the Senate. Again, I appreciate your time, and I just had to add this on. Thanks again. Appreciate it.